Hey everybody, it's Vanessa here again. Looking at Zoom as well, so a little distracted. Anyway, I hope everybody had a great 4th of July. Let me just make some adjustments. Okay. And today we're going to start on the next chakra, but I want to get some people on so we can talk about how last week's turned out. Oh, I got a heart already. Thank you, Laura. So, I gave homework for that. If you don't remember, it was actually to do the artwork in reference to the root chakra, which I reminded a few people today. So they sent me their stuff, which I'll share later tonight. I'll post it on my site. Hey, Billy. Thank you. This baby Ganesha was made by my friend Vanessa, another Vanessa from my Kripal YTT. And isn't it adorable? It's so cute. So, yeah, so root chakra, so much to do with that. I almost feel like we should do 2 weeks on it, but we're gonna review it a little bit and then press forward. So root chakra, as we discussed last week, is all about that base. It's all about that base. I'm singing the song, nobody cares. Anyway, hey Jeannie. But it really is, and that's all about the base level, the base support, our roots, not just now, but from the past, how we grew up, if our needs were met, and even if they were met, there's always some point of perspective that drives us to feel some blockages in that chakra. So, hi, Nenes. So it's really, really important for us to focus on it. So some of the people hadn't done the artwork, and I pressured them to do it, and I did get some good responses from it. And I also got to see some sneak previews of the artwork, which are really, really great, and I can't wait to share those. And they were, you know, they didn't want to do the art, and then like they find themselves in the middle of it, kind of relaxing and understanding what's going on more. So that's the whole point. I'm gonna have to shut off my AC, which is so sad. Maybe not. We'll see. You can hear me okay? Billy, it's okay? I can't hear you.
Exactly.
So,
Sorry, my life.
Billy is making fun of Facebook, saying it's for old people. Well, in that case, the majority of people I know are old, so there. So just deal with it. It's okay. So what else happens with the root chakra? So we know the color is red. I hope you put some of your chanting into this week with Lam. I sound so Long Island when I say that. Hey, Kristen. But it really does work. So as we go into the second chakra, if anybody wants to call out if you know what the next one is. Hey, Kara, how you doing? Remember, we go with Roy G. Bibb. So the next color is... Billy, what's the next color after red? It's not going to answer me. Hey, Danielle. That's fine. Next color is orange. So this is the most orange that I have other than workout shirts. So I tried. I get a effort sticker for that. So we're going into orange, but don't forget, like, even though each chakra is its individual, it's also, they go into each other and they feed off each other. So if that base is not strong, which is why I said I was like tempted to do 2 weeks of the root chakra, if that base is not strong, then everything else will be very weak, just like a root system in a tree. Hi! So don't forget to go back to the roots whenever you feel insecure, unsupported, anxious, fear coming up or anything like that. That means that your roots are not solidly founded. So there you go for that. So as we come into the second chakra, this is like an overview of everything. I should really just do workshops on this. I think get my notes on my third device. So there's a few names for it, but I usually refer to it as the sacral chakra. The Sanskrit for it is Swadhisthana. Hey, I got it right this time without worrying about it. Sanskrit is very literal, so when you read it, you have to pronounce every consonant. And when I'm nervous, apparently I freak out about that. I don't know why, but I do. Swadhisthana. So we have the behavioral parts of the sacral chakra. These are going to be a little bit more emotional based quickly, which will make sense because now we're moving up and it's going towards, you know, the higher areas. But first this comes into feelings, relationships, expression of sexuality, sensual pleasure, feeling of the outer and inner worlds, which is kind of a big thing to grasp. We can just work on that too. Creativity and even fantasies. Ooh. Okay, it's the center of our feelings and sensations. So this is interesting because when we say feelings and sensations, you might think that it's going to come more into the heart, but it's not. It's starting from the base first. Remember, like we talked about Maslow's hierarchy of needs, and if that base needs, they have to go up and up and up so that we can be free to explore everything else. So our desires and everything like that, they're actually farther down than you think. A lot of us have blockages here, and when that happens, our vitality goes down. You'll start to feel really exhausted, scattered, even dull, and then obviously even ill. It's really funny to watch everybody on Zoom. What you guys doing over there?
Just being ignored by you.
What do you want me to do, Billy? Come on.
Eye contact with Facebook.
This is recorded. You are not recorded. You can deal with my cheek.
Okay.
Okay. I mean, I'm still talking to you. They can't talk to me the way that you can, so you have the upper hand there, right? It's not a competition. It's not a competition. It's not. It's true. So what's interesting too, this is associated with the water element. So it actually goes into the flexibility in our life. So remember, if that base or root system of a tree isn't strong and you have a tree like swaying in the wind, well, what's going to happen? The tree falls down, right? I'm looking at you, Billy, specifically at the upper left quadrant. So if we have that strong chakra right there, then we have flexibility in our life, which also goes with adaptability as well, and that our emotions could be more wave-like instead of feeling so stuck where we're like kind of always living in one area. You know, mostly those people that are you kind of describe them as anxious. Like, well, that's an anxious person. That means they have a lot of stagnations going on. So the water element is supposed to go up and down, just like that wave that we always discuss. And it goes with our emotions and thoughts and relating to other people. So that's when they talk about inner and outer world. They're really talking about how we're able to relate to others. And it's a little deeper than that because it's not just the relation of it, it's even how we take things. So if we take things really personal, that comes from the base and into the second chakra as well. You know, feeling a little insecure about stuff. So this, if there's an imbalance, you'll get dependency, codependency, with other people or even a substance that grants you easy access to pleasure, because remember, this is our pleasure chakra. You'll be ruled by your emotions, and the opposite of would be like feeling numb or out of touch with yourself and how you feel. Overindulgence, sexual fantasies or obsessions, basically it's just trying to feel good, and if this chakra is ignored, it either gets really stuck, like zombie-like, or pleasure seeks, and you have pleasure-seeking behaviors, which end up being super unhealthy, as we know. So not so good. So Swadhisthana has got this beautiful, which when you do your homework, you will look up. It's really a beautiful symbol. And I like, I don't even know what page I'm on right now, it's just in my notes, but it's, they combine the root and the sacral chakra, which is exactly what I do too. So that's how it's supposed to be, because if your base is weak, everything else is going to be weak too. There's a million names for it, but it actually means your own place. So I like that. When you think about like, what's your home? Like, where do you live? Like, you live in here, and down here in this area where you either allow pleasure or not, it's your home. So, okay. I didn't do this with the other one, but this symbol actually has 6 petals and a moon crescent in it. It's really pretty. It's really pretty. So the sound for, I like this, thumbs up, very nice. The sound for the second chakra is Vam. So remember, we got Lam last time, now it's Vam. So it's going to be an open A sound again, always. So let's take a deep breath in, and Zoom people, you're stuck with me. Make some sound. Kristen's like, F you, I'm not doing. Kristen, you're the vocalist, you have to. So I don't care what key it is. We're not even going into the keys. Just give me a sound. You can lie down. That's all. You're not the boss of me.
That's right.
I'm not the boss of you. It's because you love me so much. So. Very good. My photos are trying to tell me things over the years. So take a deep breath in with me. And big exhale. Vom. Nothing, huh? Oh, perfect. Did you hear that, guys? Vom. I'll just do it myself. It's fine. Thanks a lot, guys. You rock. Whatever. So, if you did your artwork, this is a great time. Maybe you want to show some people. I already have most of the pictures, and I will display them on my Facebook page unless you tell me otherwise. But I would like to see them. Bill, you wanna share? Not even close, huh? Not even a little bit. Huh? Renee, share for the people.
What?
All right, I'm gonna turn this so you can see it. Nobody's gonna be able to see it.
I feel like I'm in kindergarten.
You are in kindergarten. Show and tell. Okay, so I'm definitely going to have to post it because it's so much better looking than that. It's so cute. Anyway. So.
Stalker cats looks cute.
You mean Henry is cute? Yes, Henry. I love it.
He's right there.
So cute.
He almost spotted my hand.
So, I guess when I do a deeper workshop, we're going to go over other things too, but these are things that you can look up as well. It's just nice to have a guide. But there even are hand positions for each chakra, which will help activate it. I just want you to be like, when you do those positions, you have to be kind of aware of how strong they are, because they are very, very powerful, and you can kind of bring yourself into a quicker growth, which could be good or disruptive. So you have to know when you do your work like that, right? So did anybody want to, you don't have to tell me anything about it, but did anybody do any childhood narratives for themselves for the root chakra? Come up with a memory? Nothing? All right, that's fine. Nobody wants to do that. Go ahead.
Painting was a child, but I haven't done that since I was a child.
Well, all right, so that's awesome. So Renee's saying that she used to paint a lot as a child, and she hasn't done that since then. So
Specifically watercolor.
with watercolor too.
Watercolor.
Right, that's great. Billy was resistant to the coloring. I don't know why, but he was. That's okay. I did mine too, you know. I'll share mine. This is mine. I didn't finish my writing on it, but there you go. That's my root chakra.
Get me in here.
Well, yeah, I mean, we keep mentioning about trees, so I was expecting some trees, but happy little trees.
I don't have my hair anymore. So
I did, like, purposely use a brush like stippling. I was like making the sounds. I'm like, happy little trees. I did that. I did. I'm going to shut off my AC because we're going to get close to meditation, believe it or not, but I'll give it one more minute. I'm missing some people. So what I do want to say about this second chakra is that what's interesting is people don't honor it as much. They kind of just take for granted if they're having
yeah, another one.
what? Oh, that's awesome. That is not the homework though, but I will share it
I
anyway.
know, I wasn't on last week, so I don't know.
You just have to look at the site.
Artwork, so I have artwork.
I like it. So what happens with the second chakra a lot is that people assume that over time it's almost like supposed to close off. Hey, Brandon. In terms of the sexuality piece. So they think it's because of aging or things like that, that they have no desires or they just don't feel like that. And I want to tell you that is not the case. So if you are, I don't even want to say like elderly or whatever, but if you're getting up in years, sometimes not even. So I know a lot of people in their like late 30s, early 40s that have no interest in sexual stuff. It is not your age. There are blockages happening in your system that really need to be addressed. You may think it's not a big deal, but it's truth. It's not really just about sex. It's actually a lot about your emotional status and the way you connect with others, how deep you're able to connect, and how deep you're able to get pleasure and how easily. So I feel like pleasure has a weird connotation, but it's way more than sexual stuff. But just remember, it is not your age. You need to figure out what's going on, and if you work on the chakras consistently, you'll be able to get through a lot of things faster. So even if you're going to a regular counselor or therapist, chakra work is so amazing because it helps you go into a healing place much faster. So it will actually aid your therapy sessions. Hello, hi. So there you go. Also, okay. So as we talk about in the root chakra, like with connecting down into the earth, I said the second chakra goes along with it. So those, it's really the first three together, but we're just discussing the first two tonight. So as you're connecting down into the earth and you're gaining that energy from beneath you, and then it also flows two ways above, you're able to receive a lot better too. So you're going to notice a boost in your vitality as soon as you do the first two chakras. And if anybody...
Stay in here. She's just talks
Okay.
now.
Hold on.
I'm just going to listen.
Okay. So, I don't know why this is not working. So if you find yourself having difficulty connecting to people or feeling, remember, insecure or unsupported, and then also having a hard time liking yourself, these are the first two chakras like you really, really have to go to and figure out. So that's my invitation and intro for the second chakra, Svadhisthana, and we're going to get ready for meditation a lot faster than we usually would. Hey Laura. So I'll say your homework now, and don't forget it. So we're keeping it pretty simple right now. Every week we're building on stuff. We worked a lot on communication skills. If you weren't around for that, all you need to do is go on my professional page, Vanessa M, Meyer LLC, and look for each week. They're all listed. They're in chronological order, and the homework should be in between. I only missed 1 week of posting a homework, so try to build on each one. If you didn't do the artwork for the last week for the root chakra, you can still do it. I highly recommend that you do, because at the end of the 7 chakras, you're going to have 7 pieces of artwork, and you'll have 7 pieces that you can do together and like write more about and kind of expand upon. So your homework for this week is going to go right into the second chakra, which is going to be orange, and you can look up more about it and add your words in and see what inspires you for this chakra, and you might take note and write maybe on another piece of paper what comes up for you. Good, bad, or ugly, if you need some guidance or just need an ear to bounce off on, I am here. I am here. So with that being said, I'm going to put the music on pretty low. I'm going to keep everybody muted if you are not muted, because right now I'm having a hard time seeing it. Please mute yourself. Start to get quiet, maybe into darkness. I feel like I spoke a mile a minute. Yeah, Laura, my nails, they are patriotic. And just start to focus on that breathing. And first you're going to start to connect with the root chakra. So it's going to take a couple of minutes. I want to get into a really good place for meditation tonight, and I am going to shut off my AC in a second. So as you're beginning to relax yourself, if you're lying down, it's probably a little easier to get there. Tonight I would invite you to maybe put something on your eyes for your third eye to really relax. And also, you're going to put your hands purposely lower than your belly button. So it might be uncomfortable to keep there if you're not propped up. So you might use 2 pillows on both sides to get your hands a little bit lower. And as you start to focus on your breath, you'll notice some heat going there. So I'm going to give you a minute to do that and shut my AC off. Okay. So we're really focusing on keeping everything very steady. Noticing how long the breath can be. Let's try to beat your personal best. If you're normally able to do a breath of 6 or 7, see if you can push it to 8. And if it's a little uncomfortable, then just do it for 2 more extra breaths and then back off. So beginning from the root chakra at the base of the spine, bringing all the colors of red in, so all the parts of red. First color is like a blood red. And then we think of the deepness of a cherry, the outside versus the inside flesh. And as you allow your hands to fully connect, again, you're right below the navel. Feel the light pressure of each fingertip just resting on your body. When was the last time you just allowed this healing touch from yourself? When this place is unbalanced, there's not just overconsumption, but there's like a lack of creativity, lack of passion, possibility of depression. So when you're full and this orange is starting to come out and the sacral chakra is starting to connect, and it connects not only to itself but to the root system as well, you'll feel very good, very happy, very creative, emotionally balanced. You're going to feel very much like yourself. This is a big source of power. You have the self-awareness and this passion and its ability to succeed in life. So if you want a really happy and fulfilled life, you really need to focus particularly on the sacral chakra. So as we work our way into moving up into that area. You'll bring your awareness to the color orange. And the easiest way to connect to that color is by thinking of something in nature. So the first thing I'm going to help you get to is simply holding an orange. And then you're going to take note of the orange. How bright is it? You haven't cut into it yet, but is it fragrant on the outside? Feeling the texture of it now, even in your mind's eye, keeping your eyes closed. Is it really dimpled? And just imagine yourself running your fingertips around this orange, feeling the weight of it. So now imagine yourself peeling the orange. You'll notice every single part of it. How difficult it is to get your nail under that peel. And then when you finally get a good peel and you're able to take the whole peel with the pith and everything starts to come off and unravels, how worthwhile is your trouble? Just to find that simplicity, that meditation of opening something, of connecting to it. And this is just fruit, but that color is super strong and that connection is very valuable. So now we'll take the step further and watch yourself taking a slice of the orange, putting it in your mouth, and eating it more slowly than you've ever eaten anything before. Always focusing on not just the juice, but how your teeth break that inside skin, how the juice comes out, all the texture intricacies from the pulp, the flesh. Maybe you caught a little pith. Simply take notice of everything. And this is the best way to be non-judgmental because it has nothing to do with yourself. It's all about the pleasure and the enjoyment of eating something delicious. Something that's going to really help your energetic body relax and heal. So here we are in this glorious orange, and this orange has such depths to it. So you're going to take your orange outside, and maybe there's a few pieces left, and you're going to hold on to them, maybe put them in a little cup. Now you're going to focus on walking into a big garden. And the garden is filled with giant, giant flowers, big sunflowers, all yellow and orange. Happy Susies, I call them, black-eyed Susies, and just lots and lots of orangey yellow flowers. So now notice how we're bringing in the third chakra too, because nature is never just one thing, and that's us too. Our nature is never just one thing. So we walk, hey Dave, and we walk into this garden, noticing everything around us, the largeness of some of the flowers, the petiteness of others, and just feeling how wonderful it is. And today happens to be a perfect day for this. And now I want you to take note if you're in an open field or if you're in a smaller garden for a sitting area. Just seeing what's in your mind. as you allow yourself to experience these choices that the subconscious makes, you're going to go explore further. And if you're in a smaller garden, you're going to step out into an open field. And if we're in that expanse, then you'll stay there and just take a walk around. Focusing first back onto the root chakra, going from heel toe. Walking very slowly, feeling the weight of the body just go right into the ground. And you'll probably start to notice that there are plenty of other flowers around, and that orange and yellowish is coming with you. And maybe there's some reds around as well. But anytime I bring you into an open field, you may not even realize this happens, but I want you to think about when you go upstate and you walk someplace and there's just this vastness that we don't always get on Long Island unless we purposely look for it. And this feeling of a deep, deep breath. There's a space for breath. There's a feeling of infiniteness. There's no limit here. It's a feeling of maybe recognizing how small you are so physically. But it's also the perfect opportunity to feel the inherent connection to everything around you. And nature wants to connect with you. So here you are in this beautiful space, still focusing on heel toe. Notice again if you have any shoes on or if you're barefoot, doing some earthing here. Notice the sensations of grass tickling around your ankles. And now you're going to open your palms, and in each one of your palms you're going to notice that there are two stones. So in your left palm there is a reddish stone, and in the right palm there is an orangish stone. I'm not going to tell you what they are, you're just going to take note of them. So in your left hand, you're going to go run your hands, your fingertips over this stone and feel the texture of it. Notice if it's jagged or smooth, if it's bright or dull, and you're just going to look at it. Take note of the size of it. And you'll do the same thing for the stone in your right hand, touching it with your fingertips and noticing it, if it's smooth or jagged, if it's super hard, if it feels like it's been tumbled, like just what's going on. Take note. Now I'm going to ask you to do something interesting. I want you to feel the strength and the power in your hands, the pure energy that you've cultivated just by imaging and imagining what I'm saying to you, and just by allowing your breath to take you into the next step. I want you to feel this energy and how deep it connects into your palms. When I do energy work, I really feel my hands heat up, and so does the person. It's not my imagination, it's a physical thing. And that's because I'm channeling that energy. So here you are becoming a channel for this wonderful, powerful energy. And you're going to connect to it really hard. And then you're going to crush the stones in your hands. I want you to feel it happening so easily. They just turn very quickly into this beautiful kind of golden sand. And now you're going to let that sand just trickle down out of your hands, and the wind comes and takes it up, and there's this glorious glitter all around you. And now your hands really feel energized, and it has this push, this power. And suddenly you feel it. It's not just coming from your hands, it's from your lower belly, it's from your abdomen, it's from your spine, it's from your lower body from your feet going into the earth. There's this release of everything that's been making you feel heavy is now giving you power. And maybe in real life right now, you might notice your hands are feeling pretty warm. And maybe your belly is too. And the low back is starting to really connect. Even if you're lying on a bed, you can fully connect down to the ground. So this power comes with you, wherever you are. This assurance that you are and have always been safe, protected, supported, that you are deserving of pleasure, of life's happiness, of all the creativity you possess. And even when you think that you may have lost that type of openness or creativity, you're going to bring that self, that challenge right back into your being. You can be there. Now something wonderful is going to happen, because as you've released these stones and you've taken in the power to be your own, you're going to put your palms up towards the sky. So in your mind's eye, you're letting your limbs release from the body, palms up towards the sky. And you'll start to notice that the sky turns to shift from this perfect blue into a gorgeous sunset. And each sunset is unique, just as we are, but has some of the same qualities. And in this one, as always, there's this orange, right? And that yellow, and that reddish pink. So we have a beautiful, really, really beautiful tri-chakra sunset. And you may notice your breath again here. Deepest breathing that maybe you've ever felt or in a while. This glorious warmth comes in through the body as if you're inhaling the sunset, and it comes all the way down, comes through the throat, through the heart and the lungs. It starts to settle down past the break in the ribs, bringing warmth and security down further and further. It goes down past the navel now. And now it's hovering right below the navel into the root area as well. And you can feel your hands connecting deeper into the body, where suddenly the hands are no more, and it's just a peaceful feeling of warmth, but of power too. And power is a great thing. It is our power. It is our security, our talent for self-expression, for awareness, and for cultivation. So every breath that you take here, noticing that depth, that sunset that you've brought into your being, you'll feel the orange flame of Svadhisthana, and it comes burning like the sun. It stokes this internal fire. And you'll also notice that it's like that deep breath that you were taking before is growing more and more in the body now. That expansion that you were experiencing in the field comes into this vastness internally. So as you connect to the outside, you bring it inside, and from the inside to the outside, showing that your energy field is not just one place, it's an expansion in all directions. This even goes into the time continuum, so to speak, so that we are not in one place, we are in all places. Remembering that energy does not get destroyed, it just changes. So here we are in this wave of red and orange and some gold and yellow, beginning to create more and more safeness, support, and an ability to deeply connect. And when we deeply connect into ourselves, we attract similar things in others. So we're attracting all the goodness. And it's such a place of power and empowerment. So now you're still in that field, and I always like to bring you back into your body by lying you down in your mind's eye too. So you'll start to come onto the grass, and tonight we have a blanket laid down on the ground for you. So you can only focus on the softness of the earth. This blanket is very plush, and I want you to take note of the different colors on it. That it's there welcoming you. The sun is starting to set. You have fragrant flowers all around, and you also have your orange nearby. So you're going to smell that citrus come back into your senses. Take note of, as I say orange, maybe you start to salivate right away. Just thinking of that moment that we took with it earlier. So the breathing gets deeper and more calm here. And now as you're lying down in this field, we'll start to bring our focus to the mantra Vam, which is just the sound that helps the vibration of this chakra. So you're looking up towards the sky, looking at the clouds softly moving by in this glorious sunset. And you'll take your dominant hand and very, very softly, it will be like you're directing the clouds, and you'll write Vam in the sky with your finger. Very softly, you can do it in script, make it really flowy, however you want to do it. Just noticing how beautiful this power is. There is no malintent here. It's all about pleasure and finding that comfort and peace. Over and over, Vam, V-A-M. Allowing the breath to be soft as you write Vam. And since no one else can hear you, if you're ready to do so, on the next exhale, you'll just start Vam over and over as you write it. Just do this for a few breaths, allowing the vibration to come internally, connecting you back to the external in a much healthier fashion. And now you'll even let your hand rest in your meditation. And you'll just see the birds start to fly around your art in the sky, finishing with that VAM over and over again, allowing you to come back into the self and release the body back towards the earth. Fully arriving back into your body. Resisting any urge to move right now, you're just connecting back into the being that you came forth with. Allowing the breath to stay soft. Allowing the mind to really encompass all the beautiful things that you saw and that you felt. And just noticing how a little time can make a big difference. Letting that feeling of deep connection in your body start to emanate outwards. And now you'll see a soft release of red and orange around the body. And take another few breaths with me. And you'll come to a soft awareness. If your hands have stayed right below the navel, you'll just start pressing each finger into the thumb, feeling the fingertips press down on each exhale, nice and soft. Notice the sensation of pressing the belly down towards the earth, releasing any extra, allowing the belly to be soft again. Just really relaxing into Svadhisthana chakra. And over the next 3 breaths, exhaling with an open mouth. And if you want to, you can do VAM again, or just big, big inhales and exhales. So and you bring the breath all the way down towards the feet, like you're finishing the wave. Beautiful. So wherever you are, you can stay if you're nice and relaxed. And I'll just finish up by reminding you, you can watch all of these on Vanessa M, Meyer LLC. They're all listed and titled. You can start back from week 1 and work your way up. I recommend you share it with people so you can have even better vibrations. So you'll take this time, and for next week, like I said, focusing now on the second chakra. Look up second chakra, literally, and you'll find all the details on that, and do your artwork. So you're just going to paint, draw, write your emotions out on a page. It doesn't have to be pretty. It can just be a color. The color orange obviously needs to be there, and maybe some words. And if you want to journal next to it on a separate page, it's very, very therapeutic. So wherever you are, so for tonight, that's it on here. If you'd like to join us for the post discussion, please do. I'll be right back live on Facebook in about 1 minute, right after I post this one, and then we can talk more about it, how you're feeling, and what we're going to do for next week too, okay? So thanks, guys. Namaste.